So for this 8-minute warm-up routine, we're going to follow the 3-stage ramp protocol. So the first letter of the acronym ramp, R, stands for raise. So here we're just going to raise the core temperature, raise the heart rate and raise the blood flow. So just starting with a gentle jog on the spot, and we're going to work small circles going backwards with the shoulders. 3 circles backwards, we're then going to work 3 gentle circles forward. So just gradually raising ourselves up in this first stage of the warm-up. Now working with our arm circles, so slightly bigger movements now with the arms, 3 circles backwards and again 3 circles forwards. From here, just bouncing on the spot, now we're going to go into halfway heel flicks. You can see just turning to the side there. We're just flicking the heels up around about halfway, just working through the hamstrings, through the gluteals. Now we're going back to a gentle bounce on the spot. Now we're working the heels out to the side, so still flicking the heels up just halfway and just slight rotation through the leg there as well. From here back to a bounce on the spot, we're now going to start with gentle knee raises. Again, just seeing from the side, they're only going up about halfway, just a small raise, just gradually bringing the knees about halfway up to the hip height. From there back to a gentle bounce on the spot. We now go back to the original heel flick exercise, this time working all the way up to the backside, so full range of motion on those heel flicks now. Just bouncing on the spot, staying light. Now we go to the rotation, so flicking the heels out to the side again. You can see me working from the side there, working all the way up, full range of motion now. Working each of these movements for around about 10 seconds. And then finally back into the knee raises, getting the knees all the way up to the hip now. So again, you can see me working from the side, full range of motion, getting the knees as high as you can up to waist height. Back to a gentle bounce on the spot. Now we're going to go into a gentle skipping action, just working around about 20 small jumps. Just visualize a very low, light skipping action. When you've done your 20 reps, just back to a bounce on the spot, a few seconds, and we go back in this time with that skipping action again, but working slightly higher bounces. Again, 20 jumps we're going to work through. From here again, gentle bounce on the spot just to recover, and then we go in finally with another 20 reps of the skipping action, but a higher bounce now. Not maximal, but just working a good higher bounce. And from there, just back to a gentle jog on the spot. We're now going to go into the second stage of our warm-up. This is the acronym ramp. We go back to the A and the M, working them together, activate and mobilize. So working through the joints. So we're going to start at the bottom of the body, just rotating circles with the ankle. So I'm going to do 10 circles in one direction and then 10 circles in the other direction. And then I'm going to change legs. So this activate and mobilize phase of the warm-up here, we're just working through a range of motion, mobilizing the joints, activating the key muscle groups. So same on the other leg, 10 circles working in one direction and then 10 circles back in the other direction, working through the toes, through the ankle. Our next movement, I'm going to go down now onto all fours, and I'm just going to work circles now through the hip. So the hip is a big, what we call ball and socket joint. So I'm trying to really work a big range. You can see I'm just working to the side there so you can see the movement from all angles. I'm bringing the knee right into my chest, flaring it out to the side, and then kicking back. So I'm working big range of motion, 5 circles in one direction, and then I'm going to rotate and work 5 circles going in the other direction. So the first 5, I'm working knee to chest, out to the side and kicking back. 5 big circles, same on this other leg now. And then the second 5, I reverse the movement. I go backwards first, round and back in. So 5 big circles in each direction. So 10 circles in total on both legs. So once we've worked through that hip mobilization, we're now going to go into a little bit of work there for the lower back, for the core. So I'm going to sit back on my heels for a count of around 3 seconds and then push forward and arch the back again for 3 seconds. So back onto the heels again, pushing the forehead down and then extending out, pushing up onto my forearms, extending through the abs, back rounding the lower back over. 3rd time, and this time when I go out, I'm going to push slightly higher now, pushing through my arms Again, around about 3 or 4 seconds in each position. Back up to my feet. Now I'm going to go into a lunge action, leaning back high at the top. Then I'm going to lunge again, same leg, but this time reaching and rotating to one side. And then my final lunge, stepping out, reaching, rotating to the other side. Now I'm going to repeat the same 3 reps on the other leg. Lunge out, arms back, reach up high. Second rep, lunge out, reach up, rotate, just letting the back knee gently rest on the floor. And then third rep, lunging, reaching, rotating to the other side. My final mobility exercise now is my deep squat. So just sitting down into that squat position, getting the backside as low to the floor as you can, holding for a count of about 4 or 5 seconds, just a little gentle bounce at the bottom, then standing up, shaking the legs off, going back down. So we're going to do 5 reps of around about 5 seconds. You'll see now my final 2 reps, just demonstrating what you can do if you have a slightly more limited range of motion. If you struggle with the squat action, so you can see here that I'm going to sit and this time I'm going to lean back into the wall. So if you struggle to get down into a deep squat to keep the feet flat and get all the way to the bottom in a standard movement, try doing it this way where I'm sitting back and leaning against the wall instead. Same action but using the wall for support. The final stage of my warm-up now, our final point of the ramp acronym, the P, the potentiate or prepare, perform. We're going to go in now with 5 seconds jogging on the spot and then 5 seconds hard sprint on the spot. Back to 5 seconds jogging on the spot, and then I'm going to go into 5 single bounce tuck jumps. So little bounce, knees up, little bounce, knees up, 5 reps. And that's 1 set. I'm going to repeat that through 3 times. So back to the 5 second jog on the spot. Then into my 5 second sprint on the spot, high knees, working fast. Back to 5 seconds gentle jog on the spot. And then I'm working my 5 tuck jumps again. Little bounce in between. So this is my second set through. And then we're going to do 1 final time. Same thing, 5 seconds gentle bounce on the spot. Nice and light on the feet. 5 seconds hard sprint. Final part of our warm-up now, really pushing through. 5 seconds gentle bounce. Staying light on the feet, and then final 5 tuck jumps. And then from here, the final part of the warm-up before we go on court to play is going to be quick lunges, 10 reps. You can have kind of a simulated ghost action as I'm doing there with the arm. 10 fast reps, you can just see my action from the side there. Nice deep lunge, match speed, working in low, fast. Final part of our warm-up, now ready to go on court and perform and play to our best ability.